So I was scrolling through my Facebook feed this week and I saw that one of my clients from 3, 4 years ago had passed away suddenly. And I reached out to one of our mutual friends who was very close with the guy. And I said, "How'd so and so pass away?" And he said, well, he struggled with addiction, drug addiction for years. And it finally caught up to him. And I said, holy moly. I wasn't super close with the kid, but I would have never known in a million years that he dealt with that. And I was like, wow, that is a shame. And so I want to share with you a story that I only told a handful of people, to hope that it serves and helps a larger group of people. So about 12 years ago, for a year, I struggled with cocaine addiction. Bad. I was hanging out with the wrong people, getting involved in the wrong things. And the one night I did so much of it, I thought I was going to die, and I probably should have. And around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I called up one of my best friends at the time and I said, "You have to help me. I'm going down the wrong path. This isn't for me." And for 4.5 hours, she helped me and talked me through and talked me out of that depression that I was in and that problem that I was going through and that addiction. And I said to myself, I need to do something bigger. So so at the time, I was getting my master's degree, and there was a police officer in my class, and I forget how the conversation came up, but I told him about my problem, and I said, I want to fix it. I got to do something. I've stopped. I've been good. I've been clean for a couple months. I need to do something more to help. And so one of the police officers in the class said, I run the DARE program at one of my elementary schools. Would you want to come and be part of that? And I said, sure. So we set up the schedule, and I'm driving to the elementary school, and I'm saying, how could I impact these kids with my story? So we get to class. Officer Rude introduces me to the class, and he says, this is Henry, and Henry has a friend who struggled with drug addiction, cocaine specifically, and he's going to tell you what happened to that kid. So I told my story about my friend who had this serious drug issue and explained to them that he was a great kid, he had a great job, he had a lot of friends, and behind the scenes, he was doing cocaine at massive levels, and it really started to affect his life in a bad way. So I go on with the story, and I said, do you guys want to meet my friend? And all the kids in the class were like, yeah, we have questions. Yeah, let's meet him. So I go outside of the classroom. I wait a minute or two. I come back in. I sit down. And I just stand there. I just sit there. And there's always that one kid that's like, where's your friend? Where is he? I said, you're staring at him. And you should have saw the look on those kids' faces. They couldn't believe it was me. And I did that DARE program for 3 years with those kids, 6th and 7th graders. And I told my story. And it helped me tremendously because it made myself say to myself, how could I ever do this again to myself or to these kids? How could I preach to these kids if I'm still doing this nonsense? And that was the way that I got through that part of my life. That was a very dark time. And I share this story with you because if it could help. Just one person. That's all that matters to me. So I'll leave you with that. But if you know somebody who needs the help,